Good morning.
Indeed, I'm Ikata. You're welcome to the show. This is Xpressive. We are live on GH1 TV. I'm excited about our show today.
Well, only because we are outside the studio this morning in the garden of a very important personality in our country. He's an astute politician and he has an amazing nickname we've loved for many years, Elembele Mugabe.
That's right. He has represented the Lembele 3 times. The second parliament, the third parliament, and the fourth parliament of the Fourth Republic of Ghana.
Of course, by now you know who we are going to speak to this morning. Chairman Freddie Blay is in a hot seat. Well, not really hot.
Not hot.
Yeah, but
Not
we'll have a conversation. And that's a conversation you wouldn't like to miss either. Stay tuned to the show. Welcome to Xpressive.
Stay tuned to it. You definitely learn a lot from this. But before we go for a break, let me quickly give you our quote of the day on leadership. Expressive quote of the day. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader. So that's our quote of the day.
You are a leader.
Yeah.
Are you a leader?
I am. Leaders don't really, brag about being leaders. People tell them they are leaders, and I've heard that a lot of times.
Well, after the break, we'll speak to someone we know is a leader.
A leader,
for
definitely.
sure. He has shown that. So, Chairman Freddie Blay, a leader we'll speak to this morning on Xpressive.
I'm excited. I said this earlier. Stay with us. My name is Jackie.
My name is Bliss Kingg. We are back after the break.
Well, welcome back. You're still watching Xpressive. We are live on GH1 TV. We told you what we're doing today on the show, but we have an astute lawyer, politician. He's done this for so many years and he has inspired a lot, he has fathered a lot, he has motivated a lot, and we're excited to have this conversation with him, of course, in the light of celebrating fathers of this nation. Bliss Kingg?
Is there anything else I should add?
No,
he has an intriguing name. I said in the intro,
Yeah.
an intriguing name I've always loved.
Yeah.
Elembele Mugabe.
Mugabe.
Please welcome the chairman himself, Mr. Freddie
Blay. Welcome
Good
to the show.
day to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to see you in
It's good,
person.
yeah.
In many years, and I see that there's a lot of plants at your home. Are you a plants lover?
I love greenery,
Or you love green?
love gardening, I love trees.
Right.
Okay.
It's true. It's a pity I don't have enough space to grow more trees.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite plant you love or favorite kind of tree?
Not really. But any plant that flowers, so far as I'm concerned, is like there are some who don't even flower, but they give shade, canopy. Some give good scent, and they give coverage and help to stop erosion.
Right.
And so far as I'm concerned, I love trees. I come from the west, where it's tropical, equatorial. It almost rains every day. Could see today it's rained.
Yeah.
When it was raining, I got excited
Because more trees will grow.
because it will help the plants.
Yeah.
So I definitely love trees. I love plants like
Beautiful.
How was young Freddie Blay like?
young Freddie Blay.
Yes.
One is Freddie Blay, the other is Westmount Blay. I have 2 young.
Okay.
They are no more boys. They are men.
Mm.
And then I have one young woman. It's Lucy Blay, named after my bigger sister. So I have 3 kids.
You have 3 children. Any of them taking after you, walking in your footsteps, politics?
Unfortunately, it doesn't appear so,
Unfortunately.
but you wouldn't know when. It's 2 of them did law. One is practicing. The other is involved himself in much more business. And the elder one, who didn't do law, did some other subject, got educated in Australia, is in charge of our family business.
Right.
And they are taking care of themselves. I hope when I'm old and holding my walking sticks, they will buy my medication.
Of course they
and
would.
then take
Are you a
care of
grandpa?
2 now.
Okay.
Yes.
2 now.
How's the feeling like?
Fortunately, my wife didn't give birth more, but we agreed that 3 would be enough. But looking back, if I've had more, like about 5 or 6, maybe I would have been happier. Doesn't mean that I'm not happy with it.
Right.
That's
Right.
okay.
I guess you're very happy right now. And, I believe your wife's name will be Gina Blay.
Yes, it's Gina Blay.
Can you give us a little story about how you met Gina Blay and the journey so
This kind of story is not told by.
No, it's told by who? The women. Oh, are you sure?
But how many years ago was
I can't remember but quite a lot when we were students. I was then a student in my 4th year law school.
Okay.
And it was maybe in the 2nd year or so. Then it all happened. I was a student leader then.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe that's why maybe I stood up a little. So, and she was such a calm woman, very homely and selfless. So maybe for that reason we clicked, and the rest is history.
The rest, they say, is history.
The rest is
But tell us what has kept your marriage. I mean, what has
Marriage?
kept the fire burning?
I thought you should ask me what have not spoiled the marriage. Not that what has
We would
kept the
ask,
marriage.
but we want to know what has kept it. Yeah, it's the same.
I can't pinpoint anything else, but it's like we cope with each other. We tolerate each other. We understand each other. There are challenges, yes. There are moments that they'll be heated. And there were moments when I was a little naughty. And she was patient and was not violent about it. I must be honest with you, maybe sometimes I didn't cross the red light, but I misbehaved a little when I was young. But what I admired about her is that invariably, maybe she forgave me and still had confidence in me, and so, as it were, loved me. And also when the children came up, as she loves her children, I love my children. And that is a good point where we meet, no matter what. The love for our children kept us together. And later on, we've been friends. We've been friends and trusted each other. And for that reason, I don't see anything that will keep
I
us.
guess the friendship is important too.
That's a friendship. It's more important than anything else. He didn't like politics. I was much more involved in politics. But somehow she
She also,
decided
to support you and
to
get
cope with it, be supportive. Now maybe she likes politics
more
more
than.
I do.
It's always the case.
It's a little.
It's always the case.
He's an ambassador and he does very well at a job. And I believe that he's learned a lot. But he was a journalist as well,
All right.
communicator. So he's good at a job, and
And that's the most
we
important.
don't cross each other over it. That's it. I'm here, she's there. And when we were young, maybe it would have been a bit more pressure.
Right. Let's talk about you as a father. I mean, raising 3 kids at the peak of your career, your political career. How was it like for you?
I don't know whether it's at the peak of my career, but
Oh, you've not gotten to the peak yet. I like that.
can't
I
say
like
that.
that.
but raising them up, it's been, I think the responsibility has been hers much more than I have. I'd say I like them, but maybe you go out a lot and come. They are there, it's for them. And give them a little quality time when you have it. She understands it. The children grew up, they didn't know much, didn't enjoy my company much, but I made up for it over time. And now that they are grown, that they are out on their own, we are friends, that's all. Particularly the younger one, who happens to be the girl, woman. You know, is with me in the chambers, and she's almost in control. So I'm okay with it. The first one went to the same school that I did. It was lovely that my old
college?
Yes, he went to Adisai College. The second one never had a privilege. Fortunately, the mother sent her away early to the US, and at a time when he was supposed to go to Addis Ababa, he had some notion about Addis Ababa. He says, no, because the older one was quite naughty. Maybe took after the father somewhere. And he says, no, he doesn't want the younger one to do. So he sent him away. He came later, he couldn't cope much. But at the moment, he's doing well. It's okay.
Did he break the family tradition? Or is there a family tradition of going to Addis Ababa?
It's no, I wouldn't say. I was the first person out of my family to go to Addis Ababa. My elder brother rather went to Fansimple. My big sister went to Warsaw Girls. And it's my sister who influenced me to go to Addis Ababa because family was Methodist. They would prefer Fansimple. And I definitely had it better went to Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa made me up. It was a good school, combined all. And honestly, I feel privileged to have had the opportunity of being in the school at Addis Ababa.
I think everybody's school is the school at this point.
But Addis Ababa is different, that's all.
What makes it different? Everybody's school is the school. Addis Ababa is the
It can't be the same. Addis Ababa is the college.
Okay, I'd like us to get into politics a bit, but before that, I'm sure you'd have one or two things to tell fathers, young fathers like himself.
On the way.
On the
I have one now.
He has one.
I have one.
One is enough.
No.
It is.
Well, of course, you could have two or three, but having children around you, it's a great experience. It's good. Sometimes it's not easy, particularly when they are very, very, very young and babies. It's a woman. I would say Father's Day, I'm told, but we celebrate the Mother's Day more because they have the brunt of taking care of. They don't know what kind of feeling, that affiliation they have for their children, because maybe it comes from their body. But some fathers do very well. They have their own role to play to make it work. And to talk to father, but love your children, educate them, let them be your friends, even from infancy. Have a certain touch with them, you know. And you don't do it alone. You are not competing with anybody. Definitely not with your wife. You know, your wife does a little more, you will realize it. But compliment, make efforts to compliment the wife. I do remember when my first boy was a little kid, when it's lightning, when it's raining, it's lightning, she couldn't sleep. And he was shouting. And I had to take him to walk through the garden, do that. And it wasn't easy. But I realized the burden of doing so in the mother. Even when I was carrying him, I might even fall asleep. So could see that it's not easy. And that gave me a sympathy, not only for the boy, but even for the mother.
For the mother.
And therefore, if you had a certain connection with your children, you just will enjoy it. Home will always be home, sweet home.
Absolutely.
Nothing can make up for the home that you build with your wife. If any unfortunate thing happens and one of you is lost, the other should carry on in your memory, the other. But you, the father, we normally go before. Strangely, I'm told. Therefore, we want to make it clear that we give a legacy for them. We want to make sure that we take care of their security, economic security, taking care of them in school, making sure that they don't have too much of a computing spirit in terms of acquisition. I think it's a normative science. You can't predict what it is, but I believe that I'm a little lucky that I also have 3 children, not too many. If I've had too many, maybe I would have loved it.
Maybe.
Maybe you still would have loved it
I would
anyway.
have gone to form a team. And
A
then
football team.
And then we'll be
A
playing.
basketball team.
it depends on
The number.
the cashes. If you don't have it, the
Yes,
economy these days, economy is not easy.
It's tough.
On that note, do you have a favorite football team?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite football team outside this country.
Even in
Okay.
Ghana.
Look,
Ghana, yes, I support 11 Wise. They don't do very well these days. But if I don't support 11 Wise, then I'll support Kotok.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Great.
They've won the league.
Wonderful.
I'm sure you're excited.
Quite excited about it.
They won the league. Yes,
They
they
won
did.
the league. Let's go for a short break. When we come back,
Okay.
we'll dive into politics. Stay with us. This Expressive.
You're live on Xpressive. Jackie and Bliss Kingg on your TV this morning, speaking to Chairman Freddie Blay. Let's go into some politics now. It would look as if you want to be a player in the political world as a young man, you would have to have a godfather or somebody who would hold your hand into politics. Did you have any figure of that stature who helped you through your political beginnings?
I don't know. I don't want to, honestly, don't want to agree with you that going into this game of politics and you must definitely have a godfather. You may have somebody that you admire,
Okay.
somebody who may inspire you, or a mentor of some sort, which you may not be even related to you.
Yeah.
You might not know, you might know from a distance, you might have read about it, and so forth. But it's a game that you started in school. You know, I said that you used to do a lot of politics because you read about it, you follow here and there. It's a family kind of involvement, and for that matter, maybe you've been influenced from the house, or your friends, or somebody that you admire is involved in it. You follow and you do that. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that I want to do politics and you follow it. It comes naturally. It's not a decision that is a career. It comes along if you are interested in your infancy. You want to
So would you say it's
engage.
inborn? Is it inborn?
Sometimes it comes out of it's
Sometimes you learn. Can you learn to
To
be
become
a
a
politician?
you learn. But of course, in every
Jurisdiction,
occupation,
you learn something.
go through apprenticeship. On the rope, yes, you do things wrongly, you do things right, like get involved, you join a party also. But some of them never just join a party. Be involved in politics even during military rule. You be involved in agitation, you be involved in going on demonstrations, you be involved in protesting in the university, and so forth. I've been a student leader as well. So, and it started maybe from school. Then we became, based on what you read, based on the people that you meet. You have to meet somebody who come to give a lecture in your school, when we were in secondary school. Then you admire him. There was a Sierra Leonean, came to advise us when we were students. Well, I wouldn't say that you want to go to say, me, I want to be a politician. What for?
I've seen a couple of young people who have told me
Yeah,
directly
now
that
you see on
I want to
social
be a
media.
career politician. You see a 24-year-old.
Maybe they have some good reason they want to be. Maybe they want to be in parliament. Whatever reason, I wouldn't say. Maybe they think it is the easiest way maybe to come by wealth. I think they will be making mistakes.
I was going to say, is that true?
It's to me, it's not true. From my experience, because I'm a politician, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Of course, I've been involved for a while. I've been a member of parliament.
Yeah.
And then I've been party holding.
Executive, yeah.
I've been a CPP person.
Yeah.
I've crossed over to NPP and
NPP.
I've been in it. I've seen a lot of politicians who, at the end of the day, are destitute. I've seen it. I've seen people who have been in parliament. They come out and sometimes, for only after a few years, even to buy medicine,
It's a
medication,
problem.
you know, they are not. You go there and make money. You go and many, you spend money. Some may have a way of doing it. They may be lucky to get to a place which will give them opportunities where they will also take advantage of it, sometimes very unfairly. But for sure, I agree with Mr. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that if it's politics that you want to be a good politician, you don't go there to go and make money. If you want to make money, go and do it, go into businesses. Some people love the politics more than maybe Acquaye. You may be in parliament, you may be given a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And if you are lucky to be a minister, a bungalow, and so forth. But at the end of the day, you can't remain there for long.
That's true.
So there's no real money that comes from politics.
No.
You rather spend.
Rather spend. This is my little. Maybe after politics, you may have opportunities, and then you may help people who may also help you, or you enter into politicians. Invariably, are bad businessmen. Bad businessmen. There's a worst thing to do is to go and plead for money to help you, and you can acquire all the money to do your politics. It depends on people who sponsor you, people who may help your party. So in our part of the, when you are in opposition, it's difficult even to pay your light bill.
Really?
It's true.
Wow.
It's true. And even when you are in power, the party itself hasn't got much. Except there are people who are nosing around because they are businessmen and they want to have their business, then they may give you a lot of money. But they will not give you all their profits.
Of course
No.
not.
They won't sacrifice their business
For you.
So being a politician only creates
it's
the avenue for
service.
you
Right.
to help
an
yourself.
avenue.
Right.
In some cases,
Yeah.
you can take advantage
Of it.
And as I said, badly. So you could. But in most cases,
It's not the
you go in
case.
and come out and
There's nothing to show for it.
nothing to show.
Chairman, when you were speaking, you mentioned your move from CPP to MPP.
Where I was, Elembele,
Yeah.
that's where my father and my mother directly come from there. It's a place that is purely CPP. Come in Komate from that place. So he was somehow a hero. Not only hero for them, but because a hero for
National,
Africans.
yeah.
And a lot of other people in the diaspora. So when you look up to somebody that is great, that you want to associate.
With the person.
You go to, quite recently, was in Dubai, in a shop, and somebody came to me and said, "Where do you come from?" I said, "From Ghana." I said,
Ghana.
"Oh, Betty Pele."
Oh, yeah.
And it makes,
Kwame
yes,
Nkrumah.
makes you proud that they say a footballer comes from your hometown.
Yeah.
Good footballer, not a murderer, or not somebody who is on the news for the West.
Something
You
else.
may even say that you are not a Ghanaian, you are a different Ghanaian.
Right.
But when you appreciate what Nkrumah had done and what he has achieved in life and so forth, the people there love him for really maybe for primordial reasons.
Yes.
Then you want to go and be a politician in that hometown. If you don't associate with it, then for sure you can't make it. CPP, though it had dwindled to those few constituencies. If you wanted to be a politician, and I was pushed to go and go to the parliament, I realized it would be difficult for them. So that's why I was on the ticket. But then, of course, I want my party to come out.
Yeah.
I did everything possible to get them united and push on, went to court, did everything. But it was not easy.
Fruitless.
It was not easy. So when I went to parliament for 2 terms and so forth, I was considered to be more MPP than
NDC.
CPP.
Than CPP.
Than even there were efforts at some stage to push me out of the CPP completely. Because at one time they say I'm going to dance.
I remember
in
that.
bed with
yeah.
them.
I remember the move.
Yes,
And you said, if I do like this and do like this, what's wrong with
What's
it?
wrong with
Everybody was in a joyous mood.
And therefore, I decided that when NPP then lost power, and I said then, I will
You
join
would come in and help.
it, so that nobody would say that I joined the party
when they were winning.
when they were winning.
So you came in when things were not so good, and you were part of the effort to bring the NPP back to power.
Yes, it was.
An individual and part of the team
Yeah.
to work towards. And fortunately,
You won.
Understandably
here.
so.
we came.
But in
The
hindsight,
rest is story.
with this, in hindsight, today, do you believe that this was a good decision politically for you?
Obviously. It is, unfortunately, let me say, unfortunately, it's in tatters. And in any case, some even tell me, and I know that my antecedents, UGCC, said the UGCC played a very significant role.
Oh, wow.
And therefore, the root of MPP itself is traced to the
From
UGCC.
The
mainly.
Yes.
So there was nothing wrong
nothing wrong
by going back home.
The CPP is in tatters, and so are the other smaller political parties.
Well, I
There-
don't want to use the word in
there
tatters,
are-
but they are not
As
doing
well.
They are not.
well now.
There are two main political parties in
At
Ghana.
the moment.
Would there ever be in our political dispensation
A
You
third
wouldn't
a
know.
third
You
force?
wouldn't know. Who knows? Who knows? There could be an individual, they come from somewhere, have his own political party, and people, or movement of some sort, and might catch the fancy of Ghanaians. Who knows? You can't predict. But at the moment, the dominant parties is
The NDC.
Your
MPP
colleagues.
and
MP.
NDC had no roots. It's a cool tradition. It's a tradition that was based on the coup, Rawlinson's coup. And then later on, out of that, they decided to form a party. That's the root. So you are older than maybe the NDC.
The party itself. Chairman, there's internal election very soon. Are you vying for chairmanship?
No.
No. Who do you have confidence in that this person can actually sit in or fit in my shoes and help the party
This
break
party
that
move
8?
forward. Yeah.
Maybe you, if you want to.
I'm not a politician.
Oh.
I'm not a politician. I'm just a journalist.
No, that's not fair to me. There are quite a number of
Do you know the
some
people
offer
who
themselves.
want to do it?
Yeah,
Do you
I
know all
I
of them?
quite-
Okay.
Now, for now.
For now.
I know they have not paid their forms yet.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know.
But from what you've seen and from intelligence
what
you've gathered.
What, if I'm being very honest with you, what even intimated to me, or from my observation of flyers and those individuals who are going around,
Speech, talks and
there's quite a number of them. I could mention the name is the treasurer of our party. He has indicated that he wants to, as it were, be the chairman. There is
Mr. Kwabna Yeboah, if am I right?
Acquaye.
Acquaye Yeboah.
There is Stephen Tim.
Okay.
He has stood several times, and that is coming up again. Asamoah-Boateng.
Yeah.
I heard him on the radio.
Syndicated.
Samoa
He was,
yes.
a very good friend of mine, Professor Akuffi Ameyao,
All right.
has also indicated that he wants to be. At least I can mention this for.
These people.
I can't be too sure of others.
The
who
rest.
are coming
But at
up.
least these names that you have, you think any of them can fit in your shoes and help the party break the 8?
Maybe they may even do it better.
Better.
They may do it
Maybe
better.
they do
Let
it
me bring up a name. Johnboadu. You've worked with him
I've worked with him, yes.
on the party level.
Yes, I do.
How do you rate his performance?
This
as
is
and
also
now?
not very fair question, but on my son's side,
Yeah.
Johnboadu has worked with me. He's done very well. He knows the party. He's been a party activist from the police station level, constituency, and the regional, and of course, national level. So if there's anybody who knows the party more, and there are few who know it more than everybody. Yeah. Very good, but everybody may have his fault.
He's a prominent, strong name in a
The
party.
party.
It's a strong person.
When his name comes up, people are very
But they
respectful
know
of what
him.
he said.
call him anywhere, on the radio, everywhere else, John is there today. So he's a very good candidate for the job. I won't say he's the only candidate for the job, but to me, the way I've worked with him, it made me quite recent that this made me almost redundant in terms of day-to-day affair of the party. We worked together, and he respected me. I respected him. Among the other executives, we worked as a team. If he's decided to go again, ordinarily, I should say, I should back him. And because of my position, I can't say that he's the president. But let me also emphasize, there are others who say they want to be I know individuals, and I know they are also good, capable. And that, if the delegates decide that this is the person they want to give, this is the person they want to give, who am I?
Is this break the eight? Is that a real possibility for the MPP?
It's not a question of possibility. I'd say we are already in power. We're doing a good job, in spite of difficulties, in spite of challenges. The president, to me, has acquitted himself creditably. Appreciate that. The economy was going up until COVID came. And then, of course, even amidst of COVID is not gone totally. It's been predicted, not me. You know, very good economic institutions are predicted. The Ghana's economy will soon hit 5.3 or even 5.7 in terms of growth. It means we're going back, although we went that low. There are difficulties out of it, but even the war that is going on has made it just rather precarious for other countries. African countries are even coming together to talk about food security, to talk to Putin that our grains, our granary based on Ukraine, they give us wheat for bread. They grow a whole lot of rice and all other things. And because of the war, it's bringing about serious difficulties among even African countries. Not to talk of Europe, where they are going through severe challenges because of what is happening. It has affected us as well. So definitely, within the few months, we're going to face the difficulties. Irrespective of that, in spite of that, this economy has been resilient. That shows that it's been under good management. In spite of the difficulties. If there had not been these problems, I can assure you that things will have been better. But of course, always people ask for more. People try to make it look, when there are a few instances where people have, as I said, crossed the red light and lined their pockets. I keep telling people that there is an account proverb. If you bear in the past, there have been people who have gone to jail for being in government, have done very bad things. In the past, that after the government have gone on, we've seen the very bad things they've done. I wouldn't say that after our government, you will find people who might have done bad things. But on the whole, it's not been bad. Institutions have been empowered to ensure that we check these excesses so that our economy remains a good economy and money doesn't go into the wrong hands. It's not been easy. I must say it has not been easy. But on the whole, on the west coast of Africa, Ghana has done slightly, if not more. We've done more or done better. And therefore, this government, MPP government, who can manage the economy, deserves to be given.
And therefore, break the eight.
I like that you say that things are not easy. I like that you actually admit it.
I mean,
there are people like the civil society groups, like Imani, etc. They are saying that it's not because of COVID and the whole Russia war that the economy is bad. What would you say to people like this?
They have opinion. And I respect opinion that some of them have. In the 18th century, they were talking about those who got themselves involved in studying to rule governments, to be part of the government, and catering, I won't say catering the terror or catering the pest. So the Russian leader at that time, who was part of this salon in France, where they studied and prepared themselves. And then they said, look, you were part of this. Now, what you are doing is not exactly what we wanted you to do. He says, yes, you are writing script, paper. I'm writing on the skin of men. I'm ruling. Ruling is not easy. It's not easy that you can sit in your room and then maybe punch a
Calculations
few and make everything and say, you could do this, could do that. It's like commentators looking at football playing. And if you don't take it, they know best names. This man can do this, can do that. Why
but
they
can't
themselves?
Play.
They can't even play. They comment. Look,
Wow.
yes, it's good to have think tanks, civil society to have. It's good. They keep the government on doors. They are almost opposition. They are almost like a fourth estate. They should have them. But it's not that whatever they may say, ex-cathedral pronouncement is the best or so. They should do some calculation and then take government on. In some cases, I must be honest, they've been right. They've been on the point, educated. But mostly about government, now they unfortunately now turn into opponents of the government. And that government bashing is almost what they think credentials will give them good marks. That's not so. This government is doing well, they must admit it. They are saying that it's not because of COVID.
Neither is it because of the Russian war.
That's what they are saying. If COVID made it even difficult when you're importing a container from China, double it, triple it. Oil prices moving up. We are net importer of oil. If the economy is bad, oil prices are going up, inflation coming up. And you say, no, irrespective of that, the economy should be good. I wish they would stand for election and get elected themselves. You have the theorists come out with their manifesto, how if oil is moving up, they will put it down or bring it down. If prices of goods are going up, they have a magic wand of making rainwater become beer. Let them do that.
So does that mean, I mean, from everything you are saying, that means former President Mohammed's statement to Bawumia wasn't far from the truth, that if you are not in government, don't criticize government yet.
No, that's the difference, and don't strike it that way.
Okay.
We are all involved in politics.
Right.
We come to one party, we alternate politics. I criticize you, criticize me. I said, listen to them, if you criticize me, but there are people who say they are for them, they are think tanks. They are not even, they even
part
claim they are not even
part of the political
at all.
At all.
Yeah.
And yet they think they have the solution, different from same person who is a politician, who is a vice president, who at that time, a vice presidential candidate, who written a manifesto, looked at the economy and did that and said, this is what we want to do. It's different. If I criticize you and you say that unless you become a president, you can't criticize a president. That's, to me, is totally wrong.
Interesting. Chairman, we have spoken largely about how tough things are and how, the Russian-Ukraine war and also COVID-19 has, destroyed a lot of economies. We saw the news of the 25 million Ghana cedis that has been allocated to the building of the National Cathedral. Is this a good time to release that kind of money for that project?
What a question. They should release that dawn or they should release in the evening.
I mean, it's a tough time. It's a tough time. Things are tough right now.
Yes, things are tough. Is it a good time to have free education? Things are tough. Is it a good time to have 2 meals a day? Things are tough. There is a proverb that, look, a kafu didi. It's true that kafu didi are bankwine there. A kafu didi. Now, we still have economy to run. We still have budget to run. If you put up 5 million in a realm of tons in the country, it's not outrageous.
25.
25, yes.
Ghana cedis, yes.
It's not outrageous in a realm of tons. Towards what we call a national
cathedral.
Of course, there is a mosque, which other countries have done for us, come to build for us. Let's say Turkey, come to put up a mosque. It's not, we are not cap in hand that even a mosque should be built for us, this should be done for us. If we say we want to put up a cathedral where many Christians will also gather, it becomes a national cathedral for all denominations to meet and do that. I believe the plan that I have seen, I've read about, and I've listened to people tell me, he said that at the end of the day, it might even turn out to be a place where people go, pay money, and stay there or do things there, and it will bring a balance, positive balance,
some revenue
to us. And putting it up, it's the same thing when people are putting up Jubilee House. Some say that when they come, they'll turn it into a hand coup. That was unnecessary. Let's say some building, there's Akosombo Dam. Some said it's a prestige project. The Tama motorway that this dam is the only very good way. It's even getting spoiled. Yeah. Some said it's not worth it. There will always be criticism against positive steps that you take. You may a young man, but you've known national health insurance. Some say it's not good. The same way free education. Some criticize it. I've looked around. A lot of things that some may say that we should forget it. We shouldn't do that for this. They will have good reasons to give, to say don't do this things and do nothing. If you give even scissors and say don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it, maybe make noise on your hair. Governance is about taking steps, doing things. Some of them, let me be very honest to admit it, may turn out to be the best out of things. But government must be proactive, take bold steps. National Cathedral, we are predominantly Christian in this country. Various denominations. Individuals are putting up huge mansions for cathedrals and so forth. Same individuals. Government doesn't tax them. And if you have come together, many of them have come to say, this is a national cathedral. Let's ignore the criticism and move on. Let's move on.
Chairman,
yes.
I'm sure you would have one or two things to tell Ghanaians because, Ghanaians are complaining. Of course, as chairman of the political party in power, I would like to look into the camera and tell Ghanaians something to console us.
Is hope coming?
Give us hope.
You see, you put me in even a fix. The way you framed your question, Jackie. When you say the Ghanaians are complaining, and they are just say something to console them. I have already in the conversation
said a number of things
that things are not easy.
Exactly.
And then let's brace ourselves for the difficulties, and then work harder, go the extra mile, and cut some of the things that we could do. These days, I was yesterday with somebody gave me a lift, and it says, he used to buy the car that is riding about a year ago, he used to buy only 350 to fill it. Now it's 700 and it's becoming difficult. Almost double the price. And say it's true. I agree with you. Same thing. So I have a car which is bigger, consumes more. So sometimes I've decided I don't want to go.
Pack it.
So let's see how we can cut a few things that we used to do. Which if we can drink 2 beers a day with our friends, let's make it 1. If we can go to a funeral every day, every week, let's make it only 1. In villages now they put together all funerals in a month or in 2 months, and they make it. It reduces the cost of life for us. Things are difficult. When things change, we should learn also to adapt. I'm not saying that because things are changing, things are hard, and for that, my government should raise up its hands and say,
and throw in the towel.
No, government is doing well. To the extent you realize that even the president has come out to order that ministers and government officials cut their pay by a third. It's difficult for some people. I know somebody that's what I survive on. That's what I pay my school fees. I'm cutting it by 30%. Does it mean that when the time comes for me to go on pension, will it be calculated? How do I go about it? Desperate moment, desperate actions.
Absolutely.
Desperate moment. At this point in time, in some countries, they are not being paid they are mentally pay or coming. In West African countries, some places like that. And in some places, people have turned into criminals. In Nigeria, things are almost making it impossible. If we are not careful, that's what will happen. We need to manage ourselves, and government will also do well by ensuring that we don't do things that make the populace overexcited. At the moment, is heated, and therefore should do things to make it calm down. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we are in difficulty, but that doesn't mean that this country is a poor country.
Yeah.
These difficulties will take too long, and I believe, and I am aware, government is doing as much as possible to reduce the impact. But sooner than later, it will be a thing of the past. So it's a plea to ourselves, to everybody else, that things are not the same of what they used to be, and it's getting better. Particularly if you have confidence in the government, they don't give up. For MPP government, they don't give up, and they don't buy into agitation and mere propaganda and thinking that the people are mismanaging everything. No, I don't think so. This country is still under good management, under the presidency of Dr. Nana Akufo-Addo.
Right.
Sure.
From the day where you asked if you do like this and do like this, what is wrong with it? I was like, okay, this is a man who really speaks his mind and would not hold his tongue and would not, hide behind politics and say the wrong things.
Thank you for saluting. I wish I could do better. But please, we are all human. This game, it's sometimes not easy. We do the best we can. May God bless us all.
Indeed,
and
amen.
Keep on helping us the best we can. We haven't seen the best yet. This country hasn't seen the best in its years. And the odd time, it will soon come up. Like we have one father of one. I wish you could move on. I don't know when you will start yours.
She's going to be one soon.
Sooner than later.
Sooner than later.
Let the future be bright for your children.
Indeed.
And this country is a beautiful country with tremendous resources that go to Bliss. But it's not that the resources that will make this country good. It's a management of the resources. It's a leadership, inspired leadership. Seeing countries that have moved like hurricane, they moved on. I believe that if we allow ourselves a little time, elbow room, sooner than later, we will do very well. Of course, we will not always be satisfied. Even more, we will ask for more, like Oliver Twist.
Yeah, always asking for more.
But that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it is. Sometimes you mess up a bit, but who hasn't messed up?
Everybody does. If you don't, hands in the air.
How does Chairman, let down and have a good time after all the busy schedules?
Well, I love to listen to a little music if I have time. I like to converse. Politics almost consumes you. Come home, people are here with you to talk politics.
We saw that.
From morning to the evening, if you are not careful, you can't go to your office. People will be waiting for you in your office.
As well.
You need to go and meet them as well. But when you have a little time, life is short, man. I would love good food. I love take a good drink if I can afford it. And I love to drive in a good, nice car. Why not? Time is short. But it's not all the time that we could do. I must be reasonable in my cravings, reasonable in my expenditure. If I can help people who come to me and I have the means, I won't give them all what I have. But the little I have, I share.
You can't give all of it.
Can't give
You
all
definitely
of it.
share.
What's your kind of music?
You mentioned music.
Jazz. I love jazz.
Okay.
Not only jazz, but I love Chatawale.
Okay.
I love his music. I love
wow.
the others. I love high life music.
Okay.
Many of them are my friends.
All right.
Yes, and I love enjoying a little. I'm from the West,
Yes.
Western region where the best come from. We love music, love dancing. These days that maybe I'm old and I can't
Oh, so you can
go
dance.
to disco.
Do you want us
I
to
used
do some steps?
No, not now.
I love that you unwind.
I used to love music, but and dancing to it too. I used to have a very good friend. Now these days I don't see him. Ben Bracco.
Ben Brown.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
That's a good friend of
Yeah,
ours.
we love him.
To be very honest, fella,
Nicola.
he was a very good friend. Me and Chamba even visited him.
Oh, fella was your good friend.
Wow.
A good friend.
Wow, that's
We
great
visited
information.
him in a shrine. What do you call it?
The
Shrine.
New Africa Shrine.
Yeah, we went there. We used to do that. And
Wow.
Okay.
I
That's
had a
interesting.
picture with Jimmy Cliff. He came there
yes.
some time ago, and we met him in the hotel. So, I bet you are Jimmy Cliff. And from then on, we became friends. He used to go to afternoon jump to go and dance. He loved
Wow.
to do that. I have always loved music,
Wow.
although I don't know how to play instruments. The Sarah boys love music.
That's wonderful. You have an elite class of friends in music. I can tell you that
That's
for a
good.
fact.
Yes.
Fela, Jimmy Cliff, that's enough.
Ben Bracco.
Ben
and
Bracco.
Ambule.
Shatawale,
Wow.
that's enough to know
Wow.
that you
That's
love your
great.
music,
That's
obviously.
great. But before we wrap up with the show, I would like to know. I mean, personally, this is a question I've been having in my
Go
mind.
ahead,
since-
ask any question. You've already put me on the.
You know, I know that politicians normally don't go on pension, so to speak, or retire. So now that you are no more chairman, or you are not vying for chairmanship anymore, what's the next step for you?
A lot of people have asked me what the next step. I'm here. I'm in my house. I follow the politics. I'm part of my party. I'll support my party.
You don't have
anything
any
I can.
future plans?
At this age, what kind
No
of
more
future
plans.
Would
Future plans
Freddie
to-
Blay like to be president?
How can I? I mean, at this age, I want to be president. I believe these days you should leave it to young ones. 40,
That's a great
I
idea.
like that.
to become
That's a great idea.
as when Macron is a president, we should. I'm not saying all people shouldn't do politics, but people want to vote for some people.
That's your.
I believe it's a new age. The digital age, the divide is such that I have confidence in the youth, the conscience of the nation. I believe if you give them the opportunity, they will do. Of course, some of them also think that the only way to go about it is to be rich as quick as possible. They should hasten slowly. Build this country, you have a part of it. Because it's not, how many rooms will you sleep in a big house? How many will you acquire? But out of insecurity, people want to put up more. It's understandable. That's why we should put up, hurriedly do things so that this country, collectively, we prosper. So that we don't become like, excuse my language, not diplomatic, become like Nigeria, where it becomes people are kidnapping, people are shooting people and making life look like it's nothing. This country is a blessed country. We understand ourselves and we must continue to do that. Should not slide into something else. And a lot depends on you, the younger ones who are coming up. A lot depends on we, the fathers, we should also inspire the children and do good things and set better examples. It's not easy, I agree.
It's not.
But let's keep on trying together.
Right. Wow.
Absolutely, yes. That was a good talk.
Chairman,
Thank you for your time.
so much.
I thank you, Bliss.
Yes, Bliss.
And Jackie,
Yes, sir.
young ones. And if you've not been a mother, try soon.
Ah,
Okay.
she's trying.
Yeah.
And then,
I've not started. But I'll start.
She passes the plans to
happy
try it.
father. And that's all. Praise fathers.
Oh, okay.
You've done well.
Yeah.
Is that not so?
Yes,
Yes,
that's so.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairman. I have learnt a lot. I hope you have too.
That was such a wonderful conversation.
Conversation.
So revealing. You know what they say? If you don't judge someone until you speak to them.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to
Absolutely
know
love
somebody
it.
before you
I
can be
love
able
it.
to speak about them.
I love
So
it.
yeah, that's what we did today. Spoke to Chairman Freddie Blay in his home, and we are so happy he spent his time with us. Thank you all for watching. My name is Bliss Kingg.
Well, my name is Jackie.